Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Here with Jonathan, waiting on Tim.
Hello.
And, hello. It's all gone little bit Pete Tong. But we've got a gold player. We're a couple of days on since the last recording. It's day 8. Have a look in the top screen. I was out on the Razzle Dazzle last night, birthday celebrations, and then the night before did a failed recording. Could have cried, but never mind. So if we bring them up to speed, we've got a gold player. And I ain't saying he's a broke player either. So I took the capital, took Iran, and then he started magicking up troops. So I think he made something like 15 or 20 troops in the end, and God knows what else in between, and some planes. And he's wiped out all of my army. Lost the infantry officer, lost the armoured fighting vehicle, and all the infantry. And what looked like a slam dunk victory has now turned into a bit of a longer, harder slog. He's not rebuilt his capital, which is something people always forget to do. So morale is staying low, 50% on the capital, 57% on Oran, and it's just not moving. So his production has gone right down. Jonathan and Tim are starting to step in to the fray. And I'm going to try and hit him all together. So I'm just rebuilding my army. I've got a couple of armoured fighting vehicles already. I can pump out one a day. And I've got another one on the go. And Tim is... Tim is moving into... Okay, so Tim's moving his stack into the last city in Guinea. So he's probably come across a bit of resistance there. And I think as soon as everyone's wrapped up their wars, we're going to focus on Algeria, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've already taken a few actions. Unfortunately, we missed your infantry officer heroically dying around Constantine, but after then, he decided to make a mad dash at your home cities. He sent you a threatening message or something along those lines. But fortunately, I already had some armies on the way, and with about half an hour to spare, I made it to this province you could see right in the north in Amguel to defend that. And with the help of some of Tim's strikes, 5 troops fought off about 6 of his.
Oh.
That happened overnight. Yeah.
Oh, I missed
So he
that.
lost 6 troops there.
Fantastic.
And then I made the choice to run at one of his cities, so Betchar, Ouagla, or Tindouf were the natural selections, and I went west over here. And this has baited out 5 more of his troops, which have taken a run at me on his city, Tindouf. So because I've got right of way with Mauritania, I've actually just hidden in here for a while again, Tim cleans up with his strikes.
Nice.
And he's struggling with his morale up on the west coast. What I can do is wait here and then push back and take his cities. As soon as he's got no troops here, and this is just going to be a massive distraction for him. And if I can take Tazarte and Tindouf, then he's got no fuel production. And as soon as he overcommits here, then your little army that you amass here can push up and take the rest of his cities.
Yeah, it won't take too long before I have a good old stack of armoured fighting vehicles. And he's lost his planes, hasn't he? Is that right?
Yes, yeah, because he was just attacking Tim's stack. More recently, he had 3 level 2 air superiority fighters, which aren't designed to hit troops, and I think they got worn down too much. But that's really good news because if he'd played it right, his air superiorities could have been killing all of our strikes. It does look like he's taken out one of your strikes, but
yeah.
So no, have you lost any strikes, Tim?
I've lost a strike fighter and an air superiority fighter, and I hovered them above that province. It would only have helped. And I was happy to sacrifice them. He had 3 air superiority fighters, didn't he? And we would have really struggled. So that's probably good news if they're gone. It does look like he's cracking on, though, doesn't it? Because he's taken all of what was Morocco. And like you say, he's given a push, tried to get through, built a combat outpost, and Tim had his troops sitting on there. And now I'll have 2 armoured fighting vehicles and a combat recon to defend that entrance. Tim's got a destroyer guarding the sea area just in case he comes round, which I wouldn't put past him.
Tim's here now. Tim, did you manage to kill those troops near Tinduf? I saw you attack them a couple of times and they disappeared.
Yeah, I've hit him. I've hit him twice.
Alright.
But the last attack was in that Moroccan province. So he looks like he's moved towards Tazart. Like he's not following you anymore.
I think he's got
But
confused. I think he's lost me.
yeah.
Because perhaps he didn't expect me to disappear into Mauritania's province. So I was hoping he would spot it and follow me into this enemy territory. But maybe
and go
he's
to war. Yeah.
clocked it and taken the opportunity to finish this war with Morocco. But I think you've got time to kill him before he can do that. Yeah, I was planning on just maximizing the number of his wars just to further cripple his production, as well as baiting his troops out to the west.
Brilliant.
But I mean, I can just wait here for as long as I want. He has to go to war to finish off these troops, and then I'll just pop out and retake Tinduf as soon as it's safe.
It's absolutely genius. I love it.
I think at worst there's only 2 of them left now. I got it down to 3, I'm pretty sure, on the first attack, and then the second attack would have 2 weak troops left maybe.
Yeah, we don't know what else he sent. I believe that stack originated in Betchar because we were attacking it for quite a while, and there were quite a few troops there. I think that was the remnants of his larger stack, which he originally chased you down with up in the north city. So he could be at the end of his tether, really. We shall see. I guess I could just make gradual progress up the coast and take some of these Moroccan cities he's just taken. I could always take them and leave them if I want them to go rogue. That's a bit of a dirty tactic and it's very hard to clean up with afterwards, but it can work massively to your advantage.
Yeah, I love it. Death by attrition. We're 3 against 1. He's using gold, and we're just building our production every day. He's barely managing to sit still, really, and increase anything. Very nice tactics.
Tim, you're finishing up with Guinea, aren't you? What are the next steps apart from this war with Algeria?
Probably just take Mauritania next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my. I think that situation in Algeria is dealt with now. To be honest, I can still send my strikes if he does come into that province. But yeah, I'm just bringing my troops away now just to finish off this stuff.
Here's something else I can do with Tinduf. I mean, if I find some spare resources, I could build an airbase here or an airfield. Yep. If you think it was necessary to fly in troops to the north, do you think you'll be able to withstand an attack if you just went in straight from the south side?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I think I'll just steamroll him, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. You could try going directly for Novichok. He has got a level 2 naval base though, so that could be something to watch out for.
Yeah, I'll have another destroyer tomorrow morning. So I'll probably just send that round to scout.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's got a level 3 naval base.
Level 3?
So destroyers.
Essentially, yeah.
But your strikes will be able to help against that, won't they? If you're 1-on-1 or 2-on-1. That'll be good to take out. Yeah, definitely focus on that. I'm building a level 3 naval base at the moment. 19 hours, 14 minutes. But I won't be able to start building a destroyer for a while because of I've got a bit of a component shortage. Because I'm building these armoured fighting vehicles. So just queuing up a level 5 arms industry on the component city. But it's going to take a while to keep building that up. How's your war against the Congo?
Yeah, it's good. Making a little bit more progress. I managed to get a couple more troops down here. My strike's just doing most of the legwork. He's just got a corvette waiting outside one of his cities, and it's shelling my troop up in the northeast, Kisangani. So I'm just going to go round it for now. I'm just focusing down on the south, trying to eliminate Rogue State and take the rest of Angola's provinces, which shouldn't take too long. But there are some troops just hanging around in here. You see, I'm in combat with one which was not planned, and there's definitely like maybe 3 or 4 more troops in this area. So at some point I might need to pause all my troops and consolidate my strikes and just take them out one by one. Taking the Melange complex, and that's really good. That'll give me a small boost to supplies. So I think I've got over the hump with supplies. I'm up to 156 an hour. Yeah, and then eventually I'll get this fuel city and the fuel. What's it called? Victory site.
Yep.
Just going fairly well. I haven't had any kind of concerted opposition, so I don't really think he's in the game anymore.
Yeah. Okay, he's given up the ghost. Yeah, that Corvette's going to be a bit annoying more than anything. Maybe you can just take him out with your strikes. What sort of air defense do Corvettes have? Let's have a look.
It's not
One.
great.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. But then strikes have only got like what 1 or 2 against boats.
Okay, let's have a look.
Can help out with the destroyer. Whereabouts is it?
2 against
Oh,
boats.
there. Yeah, I can just send my destroyer around.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm already at war with him, so I'll just.
I mean, like, do we think there's any threat of Algeria sending a boat over anytime soon?
Oh, it's difficult to know if he's going to be, because he's very well aware that we've got a fair bit in that space, haven't we? It depends if he's going to be spiteful and try and go round and.
Yeah, this Corvette isn't a threat because it's literally not going anywhere. It's just stopping me from taking Kisangani, essentially. That's not the end of the world. So it's up to you, really, Tim.
Could just send your strikes. They're a bit more mobile, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just occupied right now. I've
like
got
Tim.
Oh, right.
I want to deal with Guinea because Guinea's starting to build these level 2, obviously controlled by the AI now, starting to build this level 2 army base. So I want to kind of just deal with that before armored fighting vehicles start getting produced, and it just becomes annoying.
Yeah.
Right now, it's got. I think he's probably been building recons on the capital. So I want to just get rid of. Yeah, I want to just get rid of those tonight, really, and then.
Yeah, it's a good idea to attack him. He's got a level 2 naval base as well, so he probably started off making corvettes and then moved on to destroyers.
Notice there's a bit of chaos down in the southern half of Africa. So Namibia and South Africa are scrapping. Zambia's pushed into the East African Federation, and so has Ethiopia. And Sudan's starting to eat up Egypt as well. Libya still remains slightly unchanged, but he's also started to push into Sudan. So I don't know if this is computer behavior or everyone's just deciding to have their own little wars. But it might make it easier to clean up after them.
Yeah, they're probably human players diving in and having a go. I've never seen the computer being that aggressive. Have you?
No, me neither.
Looks like humans. Looks like Israel's taking their time getting Saudi. Oh, and God, have you seen the UK? They're really pressing forward. So they've taken Germany, France, and what's this now? Oh, Ukraine have pretty much taken the Baltic states.
Oh, yeah, because the Baltic states were doing well early on, weren't they? So seems they've been triumphed over.
Yeah, there's plenty going on. And dare I look at China?
China.
Okay, they're cracking into Uyghur. Yeah, they're marching on with Myanmar helping. Myanmar's going into Malaysia, Indonesia. So they're spreading out. They're going to be a real threat, huge threat. Can't see any other actions by them. Yeah, there's all sorts going on in the world. Anything in North America? Looks like Canada's spreading out. Then not a lot going on in South America that I can just obviously see, except for maybe Colombia. They were taking out Ecuador and taking out Venezuela. So Colombia will be the story there, probably. Very nice. Our competition is hotting up, and once I can get rid of this gold player, hopefully it'll just give up at some point and not just keep spending and dig in, but it's probably committed quite a lot already. You were saying because the morale was so low in his cities when he was creating troops, that he'd have had to spend loads more gold. Like, the lower your morale, the more gold you have to spend to speed up the troops and the resources he'd have had to buy. So they're not a very intelligent gold player, because they were just magicking up really expensive troops by the dozen, literally, and they could have probably gone for main battle tank or something, or strike fighters. So
yeah,
and they've not rebuilt their capital. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have too much of a hard time.
we should still try and knock him out of the game at some point, though. Not let him
Definitely.
sit there for too long.
Oh, absolutely. We'll send all your troops over, but in the meantime, there's nothing I can do. But build up another stack that's going to be, good enough to take him down this time, because the stack I sent over last time was pretty serious. It was armoured fighting vehicle, an officer, and a few troops, and they got whipped. They got really
absolutely.
whipped. So, yeah. Watch this space. We'll see what happens with him. In the meantime, I'm researching level 2 armoured fighting vehicles and rockets. Just started rockets, and yeah, it's gonna. I'm just getting them researched, and I've researched Mobile Sam, but I'm gonna have to upgrade like my army bases and stuff. It's gonna take a while, but I'll prioritise the just building armoured fighting vehicles for now, I think, and just upgrading the arms industries. What are you two guys up to?
Upgrading my strikes. I haven't had anything researching for like the past 5 days. Been a bit behind, so I'm gonna try and have just like one thing going at a time now.
Yeah.
Got my mobile anti-air. Nearly made one of those. I'm making a
Nice.
radar. Still pumping out some troops and still making strikes, and that's about it. I think I'll go for destroyers next, and then maybe look to upgrade my army base before I research the rocket launcher. But that's definitely something you want to get as soon as possible.
Yeah. And what are you researching and planning, Tim?
So at the moment, I've just finished a radar this afternoon, so I'm now building one of those. Currently just got level 3 officer and
Cool.
the radar range upgrade. Upgrading. Yeah, researching.
Nice.
I think it goes from like 150 to 250 range
Wow.
on the radar, something like that. It's quite a big difference, whatever it is. It's something around that.
Yeah. That's nice to have.
Oh no, 100 to 150, but it's still fairly significant. Yeah, and I'll just be sending those along with the stacks of troops, just to get an idea of what's coming up ahead. Give something for the strikes to target. Yeah, I've been struggling a little bit with research as well because of shortage of supplies, but yeah, going to be aiming to do the strikes next. I think probably save up for those over the next 24 hours. Get that upgrade going.
Okay, you're really going for the supplies increase then. Arms industry level 4, and you're not so bothered about components at the moment or anything else. Really focusing on supplies.
Yeah,
Supplies is what you need for rockets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Always something you need in the long term.
yeah, I like to get those big support unit stacks out, like like with Sam's launches on a radar following. That's like the sort of trademark
Yeah.
tactic. So yeah, get the supplies up as much as possible.
That's what you really need, isn't it?
Yeah, really is. Those and strikes, you know, getting the radar in there gives the targets for the launches and the strikes.
Yeah, there's still a lot of other things to consider depending on how your opponent counterplays that.
Yeah,
Generally, people just tend to throw strikes at you or have a lot
yeah,
of tanks or individual ground units that they'll send at you. And if you can maintain like a good distance, then you can always win with ranged fire.
Yeah.
yeah,
If you can spend the time, equally they can get really easily bulldozed over, can't they? The rockets.
Yeah,
A number of
I
times we've
I
lost a
remember.
stack.
Yeah, last time I had a fight where I took a stack all the way through Death Valley and then met with another big stack and I had like one or two launches in that and I had to run slowly back all the way, stopping every hour to attack. That
Cool.
was it was quite a lot of effort, but in the end it did turn the tide.
Very nice. Well, we've made a great start so far. We've stayed intact. Only you've lost a home city, Jonathan. You took it back pretty quick.
Oh, all right.
And it was a fairly non-critical home city for early game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm starting to suffer a bit because of it though. 68% morale, so maybe I'll build another bunker or something. I don't know.
Yeah, although that one you've built will be helping.
Mm.
Let's have a look at my cities. I've got 80%, 93, 83, 82. Yeah, I've not been in too many fights, so it's just literally me against Algeria at the moment, so I'm not suffering too badly with morale. Normally I end up going to war with about 5-10 different countries in the beginning and struggle, but a bit of a different story this game. So that fateful attack against the gold player.
You've got to really find a way to get out there and start claiming some more cities before you
Yeah,
fall behind. It's tough when you've lost all of your army.
yeah, there's no choice but to rebuild, and yeah, I'll just have to try and take Algeria, hopefully with a bit of support from you guys, maybe the odd few strikes if it's needed.
Make sure you make some more basic troops as well, so you can actually capture territory. I know you're focusing on armored fighting vehicles, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll get
Unless you
some
want to go
troops.
for mechanized or something like that. That
Might.
would be like an interesting tactic.
Yeah. So is this special unit? Can that be activated with mechs?
Yeah, certainly can.
I forget where the list is.
It's under season, right at the far right. So either naval, special forces, or mechanized.
There we go.
Deploy this on the battlefield.
Yeah. Okay, I think I might go for mechanized. What do they cost? I like mechs. Oh yeah, quite a lot of components.
Yeah, they're a really big drain on your components, but they've got very good health and fighting stats.
Yeah, they're really
Great
strong.
all-rounder.
They're good against armored targets.
And they also they add health to your armored fighting vehicles, I believe.
Do they?
Well, it says they've got more survivability when they're with mechs. What does it say in the description? It's especially suited for accompanying heavy armor. Mechanized support and flank protection greatly increases any armored unit survivability. But it doesn't exactly say how.
Okay.
Interesting though.
They've got a lot of hit points. Maybe it's just a general absorption of just having a whole heap of hit points. Got 22.
Yeah, but then that would be the same for any unit, right? But they've specifically said this for
Yeah.
these units. I'm interested. Why?
So they've got the ability to deploy armament, capacity 1, resupply time 1 day. Mechanized infantry has to resupply after disembarking from transport. So that's new. That's to do with... I wonder if that's to do with the special unit or if they can just deploy an armament without the special unit.
I have no idea how that works, and you've also got to generate this deployable gear too, and I don't know how that works. Anyone in the comments knows?
let us know. So in the meantime, I think I'll probably go for mechs. Are you guys sticking with the normal infantry, or are you going to try one of these special units to get that new unit and have a play around with it?
I mean, like, I always find it awkward. Like, if you've got a lot of infantry, you might as well upgrade them. Especially because making like higher level units is more expensive, so it's better to make lower level units and level them up. I'm thinking of trying special forces. I'm not really sure yet. I think I'll just be conventional and stick with the normal units for now.
Yeah, special forces will be interesting if you can like fly them around and place booby traps and stuff.
Yeah,
it's going to add a bit of a new dynamic to the game, I think.
Will be how they operate in conjunction with this new unit.
Yeah. Cool, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just going to keep building. So not a lot's going to change for a couple of 3 days for me. I'm just going to keep pumping out, keep building, and getting a new stack, and take on Algeria again. Hopefully this time they won't spend too much gold. I think I'll go tentatively and slowly up and around. You've got you're helping in the west, and which is fantastic, and Tim's got his strikes, so yeah, take what you can.
Will do. Looks
like Algeria's building a local industry on component city, so you can see there a component tile, so you can see they're struggling for resources and productivity and all of that.
Rebuilding the headquarters is quite, at this stage of the game, is quite expensive. Like cash wise, it's like 15,000, I think.
Cool. Maybe he's just unable to do it.
Unless he wants to. Maybe he doesn't consider that a good use of his gold.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough because that's critical, isn't it? But
yeah,
equally,
it would help him the most out of everything he could possibly do right now.
Yeah,
but he might not do it.
Cool.
He's just pumping out troops and not really considering his resource production, I think.
The longer game.
So he's just gonna falter.
Yeah. Okay. Well, wish us luck with this gold player. We're gonna not spend the big old lump of gold I've got and just see if this can be done the old-fashioned way. That's always a bit more fun. I know I spent a bit of gold on one troop, but a bit different to making. I don't know. I mean,
not what you spend; it's how you spend it, right? So you just don't want to waste your gold.
Yeah, I think he might have made about 20 troops. That's definitely stack of 9, stack of 5. There were others that I didn't see. He's got a lot.
25 in total. And what he definitely spent money on was upgrading his troops. We saw his infantry go from level 2 to level 3 in the space of a day, when each upgrade takes around like 14, 16 hours.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have had that kind of resource.
No, literally, you wouldn't have had the time as well.
Yeah.
He sped that up, so he probably bought resources to do that and bought resources to finish it.
Oh yeah, because so level 3 would have only just been available, so there would have technically been enough time, so to have sped that, because it was a couple of days ago that we saw it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So right, well, keep watching, you guys, and we'll see you in the next episode. Any last thoughts?
Me?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, well, it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Over and out.